Hello, welcome to Current News. I'm your host, Chris Davis. You're all asking, Chris, what's with the new name? Well, this channel's still growing and I'm still learning how to do different things with video editing, so I decided on something more subtle, Current News. So I like it better than Chris Davis Show, so that's what I'm going to go with, Current News. So I like talking about current topics that are going on, and so the name really fits. But with that being said, let's get into our news topic today. If you've been watching the news recently, you know that there has been an escalation between the United States and North Korea. President Trump on Tuesday said that North Korea, I'm quoting this, this is his words. He said, North Korea best not make any more threats or they will be met with a fire and fury that the world has never seen before. Since he said that statement, Pyongyang, North Korea, has threatened to bomb Guam. So that's U.S. territory, an island in the Pacific that's host to our Air Force bases. It's a very strong military strategic point, and that base hosts jets, stealth bombers. It's really important to the U.S. And Kim Jong-un threatened to bomb that island by mid-August. People from the left and the right, Democrats and Republicans, have been complaining that Trump doesn't have a filter, that he doesn't think about the consequences of his actions, how it affects the U.S. and the whole world, that he doesn't think things through, that he's impulsive, that he doesn't have any discretion at all. His national security team said that he did not run this statement by them. It was not vetted or pre-approved. So this has led people to believe that this was done impulsively. And people have been complaining that Trump is not a really good foreign leader, wanting to pull out of NATO, pulling out of the Paris Climate Accords. He's not a really good foreign leader. That has been the complaints people have made. To really give you more in depth on the story, let's watch a video clip from ABC News.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night, and we do begin with breaking news. That headline, North Korea just a short time ago issuing its newest threat. The AP now reporting that the North Korean regime is calling President Trump's words a load of nonsense, saying they will complete their plan to, quote, attack waters near Guam by mid-August. It comes after President Trump warned North Korea against making any more threats, or the U.S. would unleash fire and fury unlike anything the world has ever seen. ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega leading us off.
Tonight, a new threat from North Korea coming in, saying they will be ready to attack the U.S. territory of Guam by mid-August. This comes as President Trump's warning shot fired directly at Pyongyang tonight is sending shockwaves around the world. But ABC News has learned that threat caught some in the president's own inner circle by surprise. The president, in that statement, using language not vetted or pre-approved by his national security team.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Sources close to the president say behind closed doors with top aides, including new Chief of Staff General John Kelly, President Trump had discussed taking a tougher tone on Pyongyang. But even members of his own national security team had no idea the president would go so far.
He has been very threatening beyond a normal statement. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before. Thank you.
Within a few hours, North Korea responding with its own warning, saying it is seriously considering a plan to target Guam with missiles. The U.S. territory, home to crucial military bases and 160,000 Americans, is just 2,000 miles away. Then today, Rex Tillerson sending a message of his own, landing in Guam, offering very different words.
I think Americans should sleep well at night.
The Secretary of State striking a much softer tone.
What the president's doing is sending a strong message to North Korea in language that Kim Jong-un would understand, because he doesn't seem to understand diplomatic language.
Then the president himself weighed in, tweeting, "Our nuclear arsenal is now far stronger and more powerful than ever before. Hopefully we will never have to use this power." But his initial words have sparked international reaction. From New Zealand,
I think the comments are not helpful in an environment that's very tense.
To Germany's Foreign Office, saying saber rattling won't help. Even some in the president's own party, calling his words dangerous.
All it's going to do is bring us closer to some kind of serious confrontation. I think this is very, very, very serious. The great leaders that I've seen, they don't threaten unless they are ready to act.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that President Trump is ready to act.
Okay, so you've heard that Rex Tillerson went to Guam, try to smooth things over, trying to say, hey, there is no imminent threat. You heard Senator John McCain saying that he doesn't think Trump can follow through with his threat. We don't know whether or not he can or can't. Despite getting criticism about this threat, Trump has also gotten a huge support from his base, the base that elected him. More specifically, the evangelical demographic. Robert Jeffress, the senior pastor of First Baptist Dallas, he's also on Trump's evangelical board. He is a spiritual advisor to the president. He was on his campaign trail a lot. He said that Trump has been given divine authority to nuke North Korea. Now, this guy was on Trump's campaign trail. Like I said, he's on the evangelical board. He's really close to becoming congressional chaplain, but that has to be done by Congress, not by executive orders from the president. But it probably could happen. The Republicans have a majority in the House. Don't know whether it will or not. But he says that Trump has been given divine authority to nuke North Korea. Let's watch a clip from Fox News to hear Robert Jeffress defend his position.
The evangelical advisor to President Trump, claiming God has given him the authority to take out North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Pastor Jeffress, citing the Bible's book of Romans 13, which says in part, "For he is the servant of God, an avenger who carries out God's wrath on the wrongdoer." But not every religious leader agrees with that interpretation. Here for a discussion, that pastor, Robert Jeffress, and Fox News religious contributor, Father Jonathan Morris, joins us here in New York. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To you, Pastor Jeffress, as well.
All right, Pastor Jeffress, you certainly gave the internet something to talk about and melt down over yesterday. Explain why you say that God has given President Trump the authority to attack North Korea.
There is a great deal of confusion among Christians when it comes to this idea of using force to topple evil. And I wanted to clarify that I believe the Bible, especially Romans 13, does give President Trump moral authority to use whatever force necessary, including assassination or even war, to topple an evil dictator like Kim Jong-un. And I believe the Bible is very clear about that. And while President Trump prefers a diplomatic solution to this problem, he's been talking about diplomacy for 19 years with North Korea. He's also willing to do whatever it takes to keep America safe. And one thing I know about President Trump after being around him for the last 2 years is this. Unlike his predecessor, when President Donald Trump draws a red line, he's not going to erase it, move away from it, or back down from it.
Okay.
And we ought to thank God every day we have a courageous leader like President Trump in the White House.
Okay, Pastor Jeffers, you cited Romans 13, but when you look at Romans 12, as you know, it is do not repay evil for evil. And so some would say that flies in the face of the argument you just made.
Well, look, Steve, Paul wasn't schizophrenic. He knew what he was writing. In Romans 12, he was talking about our interpersonal relationships. We are to forgive. We are to turn the other cheek. Romans 13, the next chapter, deals with government, and the Bible never commands government to turn the other cheek or to forgive.
All right, Father Jonathan, what do you think?
Well, I think anytime you take, first of all, I should say that I agree with so many things that Pastor Jeffress says on other issues. For sure, we agree on many things. But as soon as you take one particular biblical passage and you use that as a justification for a very particular and complex political policy, and especially a military policy, I think you're making a big mistake. When Solomon asked God for wisdom, it's because political leaders and kings need wisdom, and things aren't so simple. And what President Trump needs is real wisdom and advice, and not a suggestion that he is justified in doing whatever he wants just because he has been given civil authority. And it's very, very dangerous, in my opinion, to tell him or to tell any political leader, because you have the authority doesn't somehow means that you don't have the obligation to be very wise and to be very prudent in your decisions. War is always a total failure of the human family. It doesn't mean that sometimes violence is not necessary to stop evil, but as soon as you say you're justified in doing whatever you want, I think we've made a big mistake.
All right, Pastor, I think you've got a counterpoint.
Well, I do think that President Trump is seeking God's wisdom on this. I have found him in the last 2 years to be a very measured leader, and I have great respect for my friend Father Jonathan. But I have to say this, I am glad that Americans did not listen to Christian pacifists during the Second World War when Adolf Hitler was marching toward world domination, or today would all be speaking German and saying Heil Hitler. I mean, the fact is, war is never preferable. It's never the first preference, but sometimes you have to stand up and confront evil to defeat evil.
I agree with you completely, Pastor Jeffers. I agree with you on that. But what you said, I think, went a little bit further. You said because he has the moral authority to make political decisions, therefore he is justified in taking out the leader of North Korea. That's a very particular circumstance. It's a very particular political situation.
American lives, yes, he does.
Right, but we can't say that he is justified immediately. He needs wisdom and prudence to know when it's necessary, and not to. I think we need to be a little bit more nuanced and helping him make those decisions.
Well, there certainly is a lot of soul
Father
searching
Jonathan,
going
I think he
on.
is seeking that.
Okay, I don't doubt that he is.
All right, and keep in mind, it was
think he is.
George W. Bush himself, when he was president, said many times that he looked to God for guidance whenever he sent American troops into harm's way. All right, great chat this morning. Pastor, Father, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Pastor.
Okay, we just listened to the clip. To some people, it sounds crazy. To others, this is why we like Trump. He has a spine. President Obama drew a line with Assad, and he didn't follow through at all. What I've been thinking about is I'm not advocating for nuclear war, any kind of war. In war, a lot of innocent people get hurt. There's casualties, there's collateral damage. Nuclear war is so humanely devastating. I'm not advocating for that either. I definitely don't want that. And the whole mutual destruction scenario. But what I'm saying is, if North Korea does hit Guam, and the U.S. retaliates by nuking North Korea, what are the consequences of that? Are China and Russia gonna step in and try to stop us? Or are they going to sit back and do nothing? I'm thinking along the lines of they're not going to do anything. 50 and 60 years ago, when the Korean War was going on, Russia was propping up North Korea as like a puppet to help spread communism and all of that. But since the collapse of the Soviet Union, Russia and China have changed drastically. They're working more with the UN, while North Korea remains isolationist. Russia and China have taken in capitalism, even though you could like consider them like maybe communist. They've taken in capitalist ideas. Both countries have supported sanctions against North Korea. North Korea's only true friend is like China, and their relationship only benefits North Korea, not China. China is tired of being pressured by everyone to do something about North Korea. I mean, they don't want a refugee crisis, but to China and Russia, North Korea is more trouble than it's worth. So if North Korea hits Guam and the U.S. like retaliates back, they're not going to do anything. It's just more trouble than it's worth. So I don't think they're going to do anything if we do strike back at North Korea. But those are my thoughts about the situation. Of course, if you did do a nuclear strike, there may be some blowback. We might see some damage to Alaska or somewhere in Canada because of the geolocation. That's another casualty, but I don't see anything coming from Russia or China. I don't see them coming in and trying to save North Korea. I don't want Guam to get hit. I don't want to get in some nuclear confrontation with another country. I mean, even though you have the weapon, you shouldn't use it. I believe like the U.S. is the only country that has used a nuclear weapon, and we did it to stop an ongoing war. There's the only reason why it's only been one country, because mutual destruction. The weapons are humanely like devastating. It's just, even if you have the weapon, it shows that you shouldn't use it. We didn't, because of how devastating it is. That's the logic we used in the Vietnam War. It's why we didn't use it then. Of course, you had the Pentagon Papers, and you had the napalm pictures, and you had the loss of support for Vietnam. But that's definitely one of the reasons why like we didn't use nuclear weapons in that war, because they're so humanely devastating. So I'm not in any way advocating for a nuclear war. I don't want that. It's just mutual destruction. So I don't want that at all. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What should we do about North Korea? Should we just impose more sanctions on them? Should we be prepared to protect Guam and the intercontinental U.S.? Should we get more of our allies to support us? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And all of you have a great day.